What's up? Welcome back to the efficient playthrough. On this part of the playthrough, we're going to be heading into the Irithyll dungeon, and we're also going to take out Yorm. I'm going to do it all in one. And towards the end of this section, we're going to be heading into Archdragon Peak, and we'll continue on the next video into Archdragon Peak and take that area on. So we are starting out at the Distant Manor bonfire, which is part of Irithyll, the Boreal Valley. You head down the stairs and then off to the right and jump off the edge. Grab yourself a rusted gold coin. And then we're going to drop down one more time. There's a couple of invisible slaves. There's one set of eyes right there to my left. So we're going to try and take him out with a plunging attack. And then immediately turn our attention to this one. And pick up a large Titanite shard. Right around the corner to the right will be a fire witch. Nice. And the weapon I brought up earlier, I couldn't remember the name of it, which is the Immolation Tinder. It's definitely worth farming the Fire Witch for that weapon if you're running a mage build. It seems to be a very popular weapon with mages. It's long, it's got some distance, it's got range, and it also, the R2 casts spells. Yeah. Okay, so as long as you're embered, as we come out the doorway here, we're going to get invaded by an NPC. Let's see if I can remember his name. Something Seeker of the Spurned. I can never remember his first name. Anyways, Alva, that's right. So run into the doorway and see if you can come up behind him to get a backstab. You gotta watch out for his weapon art. He does some really heavy damage. So keep your distance from him. And you could potentially knock him off the edge of the cliff if that's the way you like to go. Or you can wait for him to do his weapon art and stay out of range of it. And get your hits in on him. Or while he holds his sword up and blocks, like he just did before I got my hits in on him, you can run up and start attacking him, and you should be able to get him. Like I said, he does some really heavy damage, but overall he's not that great at fighting. Just don't get stuck in the stairwell, because there's not a whole lot of room in here, and if he starts his weapon art, the only way you can go is straight back, and it's pretty good at catching you as you're going backwards. So after beating Alva, we come to the first bonfire of the Irithyll dungeon. This door is going to be locked. That'll be a shortcut for later. We're going to go straight ahead. And to the right will be one of the animated corpses. To the left will be our first item. Don't be too alarmed here. You'll get that a few times on the corpses that have items. So, second cell to the left you can open. The last cell on the right is locked, and that's the last cell right here by the bonfire that has the item in it. Alright, so straight out this doorway here. To our left will be one of the prison guards. They are a very unique enemy in this area. They have... So, they stay... Let's see. So it just turned red, which means it's alerted to our presence, right? Now it turned kind of a light blue. So when it's a light blue, it's It's like it's resting. It doesn't know anything's around it. When it turns red is when it will attack. You want to get the drop on these guys as much as possible and take them out quickly. They, when they attack you, they just stab forward their hot poker, and it causes you to fat roll, and staggers you. And if they get the first hit, just kind of staggers you and causes you to fat roll, like I said. The second hit, after they stagger you, will seriously deplete your HP. And while you're fighting them, or if you're running away from them or whatever, just by looking at you, so when the enemy, just by looking at you, it will start depleting your health bar. And I don't mean the red part, I mean it will make your entire HP pool less. It'll take the whole bar down. Not permanently. You give it a few seconds away from one of these guys, or after you kill it, you give it a few moments, your HP bar will come back to normal. But it can be very devastating if you're not careful. With that said, while you're fighting groups of these, it's almost useless to focus on healing. So you really want to plan your strategy out on how you deal with them. Focus more on evading and getting your hits in. If you're low on HP, there's really not a whole lot you can do, because even if you heal, you're really not going to gain any HP if they got your bar whittled down. But as long as you're careful and you're quick, just be quick on them, take them out as quick as you can, you should be fine. So we're going to come around the corner and just take him out. I mean, with all that said, I don't want to spook you. They're not that hard because they do move really slow. But if you get taken, caught off guard by them or are careless, they will kill you. Alright, so anyway, after taking him out, we'll turn to the right. The item right there is a setup. There's going to be one of the corpses that's going to come out of that cell and try and push you off the ledge. So just go right on past it, and then turn around and kill him to pick it up. Nothing in here, don't even need to bother with that. There's going to be another jailer right here. I'm just going to take these guys out so we don't have any trouble with them later. That's it for this side. We're going to head over, across the bridge to the other side here. And you can see how my HP is less now. The entire bar itself is less. And if you pay attention to it as we're going through, you'll see it build back up. And I'm going to run all the way to the end and do a jumping attack and get fucked. Usually I can make it up to it and get a jumping attack in on him before he hits me with the poker, but I wasn't lucky that time. And don't forget that all these corpses are weak to fire. So anyway, so the first room from there's an item in there. The second room, we'll head in, and there's a secret passage. The door that's down the hall there is locked from this side, so we have to go in through the cell. Follow the holes in the wall. And there's an ugly half-breed dragon thing here. This guy is non-hostile. You can kill him if you want, or just leave him. And open up this gel cell door. Turn to your left and open up the other door. Now that passage is open for you. I don't remember if there's anything right here. Yes, you can get this. So just down the hall to the right is another item. Oh, a very important item. That's the key we need to exit this area. Yeah, don't forget to go in there and pick that up. Before we do so, let's head down this way. Now there's 3 jailers down here. I'm gonna take out a bow and take care of 2 of them before we head down. No, not that one. This one. We'll start with the one facing the corner there, kind of like the Blair Witch Project. No time to waste. Get those arrows in and kill them. Now we'll take the one in that's leaning over the table. I wonder if it's like a thing, they don't like to look at each other or something. Oh, and by the way, so the jailers will drop their armor, their weapon, and they will also drop simple gems. Simple gems is an infusion you can put on weapons and shields that it's just like a blessed gem, except instead of HP it regenerates your FP. Alright, so with the other 2 jailers dead, we're just gonna plunge attack this guy. Now, in the doorway to the left is an item we want. It is guarded by one of those dragon creatures. This one is hostile and will attack. I don't have a perfect way to deal with him. He's a tad unpredictable. Sometimes you can run in and get an attack in on him and just take care of him really easy. Sometimes he attacks quickly and kind of fucks the plan up. So basically I'm just going to try and run in and get an attack in on him. So we'll see how it works. There we go. Because he can lurch forward. Anyway, whatever. He's not that big of a deal. So right in here we just picked up a simple gem. So you get one for free there. And while we're down here, there's also these spider creature, the spider caged guys. I know they're not actually spiders. They're technically called like spider something. So because they have 8 legs poking out of the cage. I think maybe like caged spider or some shit. But whatever. The corpses that are in the cages. Okay, so we come out from the stairway, and to the left is a crystal lizard. As you're chasing the crystal lizard, you're going to run by 2 cells on your left, each containing one of the dragon creatures. The second cell is open, and the dragon creature is going to thrust at you with a weapon as you're chasing the crystal lizard. So just be aware of that. I usually try and get the lizard to run off to the right hand side a little bit, and I roll and dodge the dragon's attack and then take care of the crystal lizard. So let's see if that works out. There we go. The crystal lizard stopped and disappeared a lot sooner than usual, but you get the idea. So we don't want to head out this way. We're going to go out a different door. We're going to go back and go back up the stairs. And through the door we opened on the left and across the bridge. And I know we haven't explored this immediate area to the fullest yet. That is because you need a variety of keys to get into everything here. So we're going to head out and take care of the rest of the area and then come back when we have the keys. So after the bridge, you turn left and come down here, pick up a large titanite shard. Through the barrels, we're going to use the key that we did find to open up this door. Don't jump down too fast. Go down to the left-hand side, where you will find the bellowing dragon crest ring. After that, we're going to do a plunging attack on the guy that's sitting by the pillar right there. If you do a roll, you can usually land on the top of the pillar. Watch out for the fucktard with the crossbow, though. And then head up the stairs to grab a homeward bone. Nope, 2 homeward bones. And take a look down there. We'll be heading down there soon. That's where Yorm lives. Yorm lives. I don't know. That's where Yorm's at. I'm pretty sure he lives there, but whatever. Alright, let's take care of these fucks. and no items around here. We'll go straight ahead, and to the right we have a mimic chest. So get your undead hunter charms ready. This mimic holds an Estus shard, so don't skip it. Three hits, throw the undead hunter charm, and then finish them off. The 3 hits and then throw the undead hunter charm works every time. If you try and do 4 hits, I swear to God you're gonna get 8. Alright, straight ahead as we come into this corridor, we're gonna meet a bunch of these, I guess they're wearing the jailer masks, but they're more, they attack you, and like their movements and everything, they're just like the guys from the Undead Settlement. They're exactly like the Undead Settlement guys. You can stagger them with a roll. They carry lanterns, the clubs. The only thing different is the butcher knives. They even make the same sounds. Ah, they do drop large titanite shards. I missed. Alright, so you notice ladders and like different doors or drops you can go into. Skip everything. We're gonna go all the way to the back and go down that way. This is the best way to go down. If you drop down into the next area in the wrong place, there's a giant in the room and you're gonna get fucked. So the very last door. Let's drop down in here and run straight ahead. Don't worry, the giant will not attack you on this side of the room. There's going to be some rats up ahead to the left, as well as the pickaxe weapon. It's a pretty good thrust damage weapon that scales with strength. So anyway, so head in through the sewer. Take care of all the rats that come out. Should be a couple more in here. Alright, and up the stairway. Let's see, so there should be a mimic chest on the left and a regular chest on the right. Do the mimic chest first. Which is the dark clutch ring. You should be familiar with the clutch rings by now. It'll increase dark damage but also lowers your defense absorption. Now when you open up the regular chest on this side, there's going to be, I don't know, half a dozen basilisks that drop out of the ceiling down, down the stairways there. So we're going to open it and pretty much just deal with the basilisks as best we can. One thing is this corridor is like kind of layered, I guess. There's like several drop-offs down the stairs. You can usually get away from the poison mist that they spray by being on a lower level. And this is the old cell key. So there's one key that we need for opening doors. So we're just gonna get right up on these guys. Let me out, let me out. Oh shit, I'm stuck. Fuck. Only one left. Alright, let's try this again. Let's see if they'll appear. There, okay, let's try this again. And so if you go down the stairs, you can kind of get them spread out and take them on one by one, because they usually spray their stuff like up while they're up in the higher area and then kind of come after you down the stairs. So you can, like I said, just come down the stairs and kind of thin them out and take them on. Alright, so after that, we're not going to go in the hole in the wall yet. We're going to go back and deal with the giant. I have a very certain way that I do this. Put on the silver cat ring that we got from Cirrus, and from the metal grate, we're going to drop down right beside the bridge here. And we can just leave the silver cat ring on, it's fine. We're gonna come up like right under the archway here. We don't want to alert any of the rats that were here. Equip a bow. So try and position yourself kind of under the archway on the cobblestones. We want to be far back enough that we don't have any problems with the rats. And you want to line your shot up, hit him once in the side, and then get your sight set on his head, like the underneath part of his chin, and then leave it there. And the fucking rat comes out of fucking nowhere. This is ridiculous, dude. What the fuck? Look at it. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on, dude? The rat. I swear to God, the game is glitching on me. No, god damn it. I'm trying to kill this stupid rat that's just like, whatever. Alright, so hit him in the side, get your sight set on the underneath part of his chin, and then shoot at his head. So he has to move. One in the side, and then just spam R1 to get as many shots up into his head as you can before he goes back. Let your stamina refill. One in the side, as many in the head as you can get, while he's standing straight up. It shouldn't take too long to kill him because the damage that you get when you hit him in the head with an arrow is really good. There it goes. So just a few times of doing that and he'll drop. I don't know what the hell is going on with the rats. I usually have absolutely no trouble with them. Check this guy out. So I got like this shit, he's climbing in midair. I had one come over that was literally invisible. I was getting hit by a rat and I couldn't see him at all. Nothing, just invisible. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so anyway, fuck these rats. I am having the worst luck right now, I swear to God. After killing the giant, we're gonna run through this area and pick up all the items. The giant that you killed drops a titanite chunk, so make sure you grab that. Pretty much, I'm not gonna worry about killing the rats as we're running through. We're just gonna avoid them, grab all the items, and then run into the elevator shaft, and then we'll just firebomb them. So just do a circle around the area, grab everything, a couple large titanite shards, the profaned flame, and then head into the door right here. And before we go up the elevator, we're gonna use our fire bombs and kill these fucking abominations. Like I said towards the beginning of this whole walkthrough, I hate the dogs and I hate the goddamn rats. They are glitchy pieces of shit. And that's all I gotta say about that. If you're a New Game Plus, there is a +1 ring that is located on one of the rafters or whatever on the side of the elevator shaft. At the top, we'll open up our first shortcut. I'm not going to sit at the bonfire because I don't want to revive any of the enemies that I've killed so far. And we'll head right back down the elevator. Alright, so we come out back at where we were, where the giant was. This time we'll head left, back under the archway, and go up the stairs. And in here, there is another mimic chest. This one contains lightning great arrows. I think they're the great arrows. They're definitely lightning arrows. So if you're interested in those, they're really not that great of arrow, but whatever. Oh, hey, look. I got another symbol of Avarice. That's awesome. Yeah, Dragon Slayer Lightning Arrow. 10. And then we'll just head up the ladder here. And just a quick FYI, if you're ever having trouble finding like a ladder or something, or a good reference is in, I noticed this in Bloodborne as well. Every single ladder in Dark Souls and in Bloodborne has a light or a torch or some type of light next to where the ladder is. So if you're ever... that comes in very handy in the Chalice dungeons in Bloodborne. If in case you can't see or you're looking for a ladder in a hurry, it's always next to some type of light source. Alright. So, come up the ladder. There's no way out except through this window, which will drop us down on this rooftop. Now, before we drop down to where the giant was leaning on, the ledge the giant was leaning on, we want to jump across and grab the item over there. So, run and jump right across. Some lightning bolts for a crossbow, and drop down. As soon as we drop down, we're gonna chase after a crystal lizard. There we go. A tatanite chunk, and the body has some souls. Open up the door. There's nothing in here. This is just oh, if you go up the ladder, you'll go back to the beginning of this area where all the jailers that are actually undead settlement people are. So from this point, we're going to head back and drop down to the ledge that we were. Make sure you have the silver cat ring on. If you don't, take the ladder. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have a silver cat ring on and you try and jump down from any of the ledges down into where the rats are, you'll die. The fall damage will definitely kill you. So across the bridge, back into the sewer where we fought the basilisks. We don't need the silver cat ring anymore now. We're gonna head into the hole in the wall, and we're gonna fight two giant rats that come up on our left. And grab the shit, a pile of shit. That's 4. Open up the jail cell, and now in the next room, it is a big room with, I don't know, 10 jailers, maybe 8 to 10 jailers roaming around a central post. I don't know what the hell they're doing. You can draw them close to you one by one into this room. That's one way to deal with it. Take out a bow, shoot one of them, and then draw them over into this room and deal with them one by one. Or use black fire bombs. The black fire bombs will knock them off their feet. So let's say I want to take on that one. I'll throw a fire bomb at that one so I can deal with this one alone, and then deal with this one. Pop a coin. I want their armor. There we go. Black fire bomb. Knock them right off their feet. trousers. Alright, so that takes care of that. Make sure to grab everything in the room. We'll just do a big circle starting at the left. Oh. So you get Alva's armor set. A large Titanite shard. Sure, why not? Okay, and then in the corner door, so in here is, actually there's two ways into this area, so let's go in the next door. Skip that door. The door that's shut, so we'll open this. This room is full of the dragon half-breed creatures. I believe, and there's one single item in here, and it is coal for Andre the blacksmith, and it'll give you some new infusions. So you don't have to spend too much time in here. Shit. Just grab the coal and head out. And we'll continue left. There's a mimic chest here. There's a lot of mimics in this area, so. Two Titanite scales. And then the last door on our side here has two items in it. It should be the Xanthias coal, or Xanthias ashes, excuse me. And the Dusk Crown ring. I believe that's a ring for mages. And we'll continue our loop. Do not open this door. You can see through the jail cell door that it's one of those crucifixion victims from the undead settlement. It has the red eyes and everything. Just leave that closed. There is absolutely nothing in there. You don't get anything for killing him. No point. It is just a big hassle. I'm pretty sure he's stronger here too than he was in undead settlement. So grab this item, we get an ember, and that takes care of the items in this area. This jail cell is currently locked until we find a new key. So we will be back here to get a new NPC that teaches us dark miracles and dark pyromancies at the shrine. Alright, so with everything we can get out of this room, you want to head out the doorway that is closest to the way we came in. So we killed the two big rats in this room. And the side door that is closest to that and has the stairway leading up is the way we're exiting. And on one of the dragon statues right here, we're going to grab the dragon torso ring. This is also where you perform the gesture to reach Archdragon Peak. We're not going to go there quite yet, but soon. Head up the elevator and we'll open up the second shortcut of this area. Grab some souls. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. Now turn around and head back down. Oh yeah, and get off at the halfway point for Lightning Blade Miracle. And we go back into the room and go straight across and take the other exit out. And we'll be entering kind of a new area right now. It's not a very big area, and it all kind of runs together with the dungeon. And we're also going to be introduced to a new enemy, which is a gargoyle, like a stone gargoyle. So once you run on the bridge, it'll trigger him to come. You can run up these stairs and shoot him with arrows to cheese him and kill him. But he's really not that hard to kill. I don't really want to do it on the steps though, because I don't want to fall off by accident. But I'm going to take him head on. You also get the gargoyle flame spear if he drops it. God damn it. There we go. There we go. Oh, nice. They have a pretty high drop rate of dropping their weapons. One, you can get the Gargoyle Flame Spear, which is one of the best spears in the game. And the another gargoyle has like a flame hammer. So they're both pretty good. I think the spear is definitely the better one. So if you're interested in that, you can get that from here. So across the bridge, we come into some ruins. Slowly and carefully drop down. And we're gonna head out the crack in the wall right here. And follow the wall around to the left and go up the ladder. Don't go past the ladder. Go up it. Once you pass the ladder, you'll trigger another stone gargoyle to come. We're going to light the bonfire right up here, but we're taking a roundabout way so we can grab 2 rusted coins that are on the window ledge here. Head up this ladder and we'll get an undead bone shard, a new gesture. We will we'll see an old friend from Dark Souls 2, the ladder maker. And we'll light up that bonfire. And might as well sit at it at this point. And the next area we're going into, you can get toxic poisoning, so get your blooming moss clumps ready. Now we're going to head back down the ladder and out the hole in the wall. And we're just gonna continue on. We're gonna run past the gargoyle here. Now this place, there's holes in the floor that will drop you down into the poison area. So to avoid them, take your very first left. There will be a crystal lizard. Take care of the crystal lizard. Take your very next right. Take out the other crystal lizard and go left, and that should avoid the holes in the floor. To your left will be a gold coin, and to your right, the area where we want to be. Follow the scaffolding around to the right to grab the item. 3 purple moss clumps in case you don't have any. That should probably be enough to get you through. There is a hostile NPC up on the rooftop here. We are just going to cheese him and kill him. So shoot him with an arrow to get his attention, and he'll come down and he will continue at us through the poison area, and he will poison himself. Get some shots on him while he's on his way down. And, oh yeah, so he is a mage, by the way, so watch out for his crystal soul spears. Where is he going? I think I got a headshot. There we go. He's just about dead. Alright, I'm gonna put my bow away. Through the fucking floor. Wow. Hurry up and die, bud. So in this room, there's a couple of spots that are land, and then most of it is a poison swamp. So, like I said, it causes toxic poison. There's also the spider creatures in this area. They're exactly the same as from Irithyll, the Boreal Valley, except for they have like this jump attack where they jump pretty high up in the air and kind of land on you if they can. So just be wary of that. Make sure to pick up the Logan scroll that the mage drops. It's very important. Oh, and by the way, make sure you're buying spells from Orbeck. Even if you're not a mage, he gives you a couple of different rings as you buy the spells. I just counted them, and I bought 11 or 12 spells to get the ring that makes you silent when you walk, so you can't be detected by enemies. I bought every single cheap spell that's $2,000 and under, and then 2 $3,000 spells, and I got the ring. So, all right. So first off, so we want to get everything in this area. So let's go off to the right-hand side first. We are going to take out. There's that jumping attack I was talking about. We're gonna take out all these fucking spider fucking ring things. Look like the chick out of the ring. And through the hole in the wall, kind of like the cave right there, is where we're going. So I'm gonna use my bandit's knife to use quick step to get through it. In this room, there should be 2 items. There is a poison gem, and I can't remember what the second one is. A curse bite ring. So the curse bite ring helps protect against curse, which is actually going to be very handy in the Ring City DLC. So if you have that, you do want to get this ring. Alright, let's see if I can switch weapons back really fast, because these guys are going to be following me. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we'll head over to the other island, take the rest of these fuckers out. And from here, we'll head up the ladder against the building. And the weirdest, creepiest, fucking ugliest enemy in the whole game, I think, is in here and below us. So head around, go all the way up to the rooftop here. There are some poison arrows out on the ledge. Oh. Alright, so, and all the way up to the top of the tower here. You can drop in through the window. You won't wake him up yet, so roll on in and grab the Wrath of the Gods miracle. I'm pretty sure that's a good miracle, at least for PvE. I don't know so much about PvP, but... And then drop off on the backside, where there is another mimic chest. So we'll take care of that. Now the oh yeah, this is where the court sorcerer's staff is. This is the best staff for sorcery. It scaled really well with intelligence. It has pretty much equal spell buff as a regular sorcerer's staff up until probably 35 to 40 intelligence, and then once you get above 40 intelligence, your spell buff really takes off with the court sorcerer's staff. It is really good for mage builds. Alright, so this fucking giant ugly hand will wake up as soon as we grab the item in the middle, which is an armor set, or as soon as we break some of these pots. Either way, he's waking up here. Alright, court sorcerer's armor set. We're gonna run out of here. We don't want to deal with him. You don't get anything for killing him, and he's just not worth any souls. He drops the dung, he drops shit. So so from the middle of the rooftop here, we're gonna drop one layer down. New Game Plus, there is a ring right here. We are gonna head all the way down. So there's two of the spider creatures down here. So let's kill this one. Grab this item that's off to the side, a shriving stone, and then let's kill the other one. If you do want to fight these fucking giant hands, they are extremely, and I stress extremely, weak to bleed. In fact, they are so weak to bleed, I'm totally gonna equip a bleed weapon right now. And I'm gonna add some Carthus Rouge to my quick menu, because I'm saying that I'm getting everything. In this room there is 3 of the hand creatures, and in the back of the room is 3 purging stones. There's nothing else in this room. I'm gonna go in and get the purging stones, and I'm gonna try and kill one of these guys. You have to kill either 1 or 2 of them and you automatically get an axe. I can't remember the exact name of the axe, but it's not even a good weapon. So by the way, this is not worth doing at all, but I'm gonna do it. Not worth it. Let's see. Actually, I should probably make sure I'm ready to go in. Ugh, this is so not worth it. Two hits and he bleeds. Because they can grab you. They do have a special move to where they literally take some of your souls away. There it is. So you only have to kill 1 of them. In New Game Plus, you have to kill 2. It's the Eleonora axe. Its special, its weapon art is that it adds laceration to itself. I think it can add, if you have it in your offhand, I think it adds it to your main weapon as well. So let's get the fuck out of here before I get grabbed. So they grab you and they kind of like eat away at you a little bit, and they take some of your souls away. Alright, so from that point, we're gonna head back up to the rooftops. Oh, this is gonna be kind of a long one. I didn't think this area was that big, but whatever. Maybe I'll make it 2 parts, but I don't know. I don't really like doing that. So straight up the stairs. Oh fuck, I almost forgot, dude. Big part. Actually, don't go up the stairs. Stop on at the roof one last time. On the rooftop, there's an open window across over the stairways right here. We're gonna run and jump into that window. And go up the stairs to the dead end. If I can walk. And use the key that we have. And here's Sigurd, but before we talk to him, make sure to grab the gold serpent ring to the right. That increases your item discovery. Talk to good old Sigurd, and he is very happy to see you. So much so that he gives you a Titanite slab. Make sure to exhaust his dialogue. We will see him one more time in this area before the end of it. I gotta switch back to the weapon I was using. And I'm going to equip that. Yeah, that's fine. Fuck it, whatever. Alright. So drop down to the stairs. Let's head up the stairs this time. Go all the way up. Straight ahead, right here in this little like square area, there's 2 jailers that are invisible. I'm gonna pop a coin, hopefully I can get something from them. I'm gonna use my sword one-handed to sweep side to side and just let them have it. Ah, trousers again, son of a bitch. Alright, and then head to the left and go all the way back, and we get the last key of the area. So now we have the keys to open everything up. I suppose from this point we should probably go kill Yorm. That would make the most sense. Alright, so we're going to use a homeward bone and go to the last bonfire we were at, and then we'll go kill Yorm. Alright, so it puts us back at the Profaned capital. Instead of going down the ladder that we went down last time, there is a ladder on the other side here. This ladder will put us into the main part of the Profaned capital. This area is extremely small. There's not a whole lot here. So we're basically just going to go in and take out Yorm and then come back. We'll head back into the dungeon and we'll use up all of the keys that we have to open everything up that we weren't able to get earlier. And then we'll do our gesture, we'll head into Archdragon Peak, and we'll stop there. Now, down below you can see the... Well, alright then. You can see the fucking Profaned Flame in the vessel down there. It shoots fireballs at us while we're up here. So we're gonna run down the pathway here. We'll grab the item, and then we'll come back and drop down. There's a bow at the halfway point underneath the path. So I'm going to eat a red bug pellet to minimize the damage that the Profaned Flame does if it hits us. We're going to try and avoid it as best we can. So, oh yeah, and there is a gargoyle. Let him do his attacks. Alright, so we got some arrows. We're heading back to the halfway point and dropping down. So at the very first drop down, you want to go back and grab the Oni Slayer Great Bow. And then we're going to finish dropping down carefully. Don't let the fire freak you out too much. Don't drop down too fast and die. We can tank the hits, it's not a big deal. Alright, so now that we're down on the ground, as long as we're getting everything, it's just one big long path. So at the back side is a rusted coin. The only items that are on this area is rusted coins, so one off to the side here. I think that might be it. Yeah, so that's all of them. I guess so that's just 2 out here. These guys are similar to the jailers in like how they look and like how they move, but they shoot fireballs and they have a dagger. Fuck off. And they also have a flame, a continuous flame they can spray out. They drop I believe they drop gold coins very rarely, and then they also drop the Handmaid's Dagger. That weapon is like a regular dagger, where when you kill someone, when you hit someone, it takes away their FP. Alright. So we'll come in, we'll head left. Actually, fuck it, we're not gonna go left. Don't go left. So there's a couple chests down at the other end, and because I said we're gonna get everything, well, for the most part, we'll get it. Usually I just skip over it. There's nothing important over here. Like, I don't know. The whole Profaned Capital, there's like no like really good items in this area, so. Alright, so one gargoyle on that side and another one comes on this side. Let's take the gargoyles out one by one. And you can't hit them while they're in the air either, which is very annoying. Kind of cheap, honestly. Dude, get the fuck on the ground and fucking stay still. Jesus. Oh my god. Alright. So on this side of the room, so there's just two sides with the door to the boss in the middle. It's freaking small. Let's take out, oh wait, son of a bitch, I went to the wrong side. I got turned around. Ah, fuck them. I'm just gonna leave them. Alright, on this side, excuse me, there's 3 chests and there's even more handmaids than the other side. Let's just run up on them. Let's just take care of these guys as quickly as we can. I'm not worried about how much Estus I have, because when we go into the Yorm boss fight, the weapon to kill Yorm is inside the boss room, and so we have to run in there and grab it and then leave and come back so we can actually use it. So alright, the chest that is single by itself, no other chests right near it, is not a mimic. It contains an ember. The 2 chests that are right next to each other are both mimics. So I'm going to start by just throwing one of these and letting them. I'll try and take them both out at the same time if I can. There we go. It's like they're dancing. Rusted gold coin ×2. And the Great Shield of Glory. It's actually a pretty good shield, but it's not the best. So out of everything here, that's probably the only item that's worth getting at all. Okay, into Yorm's boss room. And let's see. So the object of what we're going to be doing is just running straight to the back of the room up by the throne. There will be an item. We're going to pick it up, and we're going to use a homeward bone and leave to the last bonfire we're at, and then we'll come back and actually fight him. Eat some grass, and let's go. You do get a cutscene with Sigurd. Sigurd is going to help you with this boss fight. And the whole point of grabbing the weapon and leaving instead of equipping it and using it right away, the whole time you're running and grabbing the weapon and equipping the weapon and then charging it up and actually getting a use on it, Yorm is beating the shit out of Sigurd. So if you insist on using the weapon the first time you're in here right now, it is highly likely that Sigurd will die. And we want to keep him alive to get everything we can from him. So, we're going to grab the weapon and leave to ensure Sigurd's safety. Just run straight ahead. And dodge if you need to. Grab the weapon and leave. Alright, so right away, let's just put the sword on we picked up, which is the Storm Ruler. We don't need it to scale with anything at all. Oh yeah. So we want... So Yorm uses fire as well as physical damage. So we'll have some fire protection with the flame stone plate ring. And we'll head back down. And we'll go down the pathway just like before, but we're not going to drop off at the halfway point. We're just going to run all the way down, straight ahead. Watch out for the fireballs. Dodge the gargoyle, or get hit by him. And there is an item off to the left, which is soul, so grab that while we're here, and then go in the doorway. Now, the gargoyle cannot follow you in here, so... I'll jump off the side instead of going down the stairs and make sure we don't aggro any of the jailer handmade people. Alright. Eat some grass and get the weapon art ready. When you do the weapon art, you charge the L2. Now, it'll stay with you. So the weapon art is what you want to do to take down Yorm. We're just going to do that over and over again. We're going to go in and we're going to kind of surround Yorm between us and Sigurd. And we're going to take turns hitting him with the weapon art. So you just hold L2, charge it up, and then after it's charged you press R1 to use it. And every time you hit him with it, it'll stagger him. So just keep doing that over and over again. And keep your target on his head and wait for him to get up before using it again. So Sigurd's gonna go, so I'll wait. Oh, it didn't take him down. There we go. He's already half dead. Get off of Sigurd, man. Alright, he's healing. There we go. Wait for him to get up, and then hit him with it. Just keep doing that. One more. Alright, that takes care of Yorm. It's actually a pretty easy boss fight. Talk to Sigurd.
It seems I am in your debt. One. Now. Long may the sun shine. Well, the only thing you are...
Alright, and then leave him sitting there, and we'll go light the bonfire. Now, we want to get as much space in between us and Sigurd as possible, and Sigurd is going to die. There's no preventing that. But as long as you keep him alive through the boss fight, you get more items from him when he does die than if he were to die at the hands of Yorm. So pick up another Storm Ruler, a Pierced Shield, and his armor set. And now we're done with the Profaned capital. So we're gonna equip all of our stuff back on. And then we'll head back into the dungeon to use up the keys. What did I have? Dex. There we go. Okay. So travel to Irithyll Dungeon. And the first door we can unlock is up on the right hand side from the bonfire. One rusted gold coin. And then we're going to continue down the path that we haven't gone before. So on the first side, so both sides are pretty much the same. We're going to head down the stairs. There's only one jailer down here, so let's do a plunging attack on it. And then we will be surrounded by the spider cages, so take care of these guys. And a bow works very nicely on them too, so I mean they're very weak to thrust damage. And in this spot on the left hand side we can open up this cell and we will pick up the prisoner chief's ashes, which of course you should know by now. You can give to the shrine handmaid to increase the items she sells. To the right is one single item, but there is a guy hiding behind the corner to attack you, so just pick up some souls. Now we're gonna continue down the back of the corridor. There is an item in this room. Now these guys will change into they'll have the growth that comes out of their stomach that grabs you, which we've seen at Cathedral of the Deep. So kill them as quickly as you can. And then we get the old sorcerer's set in here. And the next cell over is one of those guys that hits you and puts maggots on you, but is weak to fire. So we'll open up the cell and step back. Got my fire bombs ready. And they didn't even help, so. Oh, Jesus Christ. And by killing him, you automatically get the Great Magic's shield spell. If you did get maggots on yourself like me, just equip the torch really quick and then put your item back in your hand like normal. Alright, so that is all the cells we can open up in this area. So we want to head around and take the shortcut back into the room that has all the jailers in it, and then we will grab that NPC that was locked up in there, and then go down and head into Archdragon Peak. So let's see. So continue through the shortcut that we opened up, and then drop down to the lower area and head out the door. We'll take the elevator down. And unfortunately, we'll most likely have to kill these things again. gonna pop a coin since we're doing that. Their armor set isn't bad. The mask is actually probably the best part of it. Oh, I got a third set of trousers. Alright, got some gloves, nice. The gloves are good. The gloves and the mask are good. Oh, get up. Fuck. I'm branded. Fat rolling. There we go. Alright, so that takes care of the jailers. There is one more that we need to get by. Since it's in the hallway here, I would strongly suggest throwing a black firebomb at it and then heading in and finishing it off. So down the hallway, open up the jail cell and talk to our friendly witch.
I thought we'd all look good tonight. Accept that. So, this is... You're here to say but I'm guilty. Is that something? Oh, really? Very well. I am
Be nice to her. And she zooms over to Firelink Shrine. You can give her the Dark Pyromancy Tombs as well as the Dark Miracles. She will initially say that she doesn't like doing miracles, but you just have to ask her to do it twice and she'll say, okay, fine, if you really want me to. Alright, so we're going to heal up. We're going to be on one of the rugs. Go into your gestures, and the very last gesture, Path of the Dragon. Use that one and just sit here. You'll automatically get the cutscene to start and be transported over to Archdragon Peak. And with that, we are completely done with Irithyll Dungeon and completely done with the Profaned Capital. Everything we could do there is absolutely done. So, well, unless you want to farm the jailers for their armor set or weapon, the Smoldering Iron, and you can also farm them for simple gems. So, all right. So let this guy come to you. And before I get too far, I'm gonna switch to the Dragon Slayer axe. Lightning damage goes a long way here. So after you kill him, there'll be one more to the right. Nice. They do drop lightning gems. They drop large Titanite shards and Titanite chunks. Alright, so continue on. Up on the ledge here should be a lightning gem. Head back down and around. Watch out for fireballs as we grab this item. And no, that was not a reference to the awesome podcast. Watch out for fireballs, but it kind of worked itself in, I guess. And alright, so no items over here now. There's going to be 4 of the dragon creatures up ahead. 2 that shoot fireballs and 2 that use melee attacks. We're just gonna kind of run by them. Grab the items as we go. Titanite chunk right there. and run to the bonfire and get it lit. Now, I just want to get away from these guys. I want to separate them as much as possible to kill them. There we go. If you're having a lot of trouble with them, once you get the bonfire lit, you can just run away and use a homeward bone and return to the last bonfire that you sat at, and it'll send you back to the bonfire, and they will be off to the side and won't notice you any longer. So let's sit at the bonfire, regen our health. Just like that. And yeah, grab this item right here next to the bonfire, which is an ember. So at this point, that should conclude this video. We're done with the dungeon, done with Profaned Capital. We made it into Archdragon Peak. This is the first bonfire of Archdragon Peak. And for the next video, we will be going through this area. This area is optional. It is loaded with upgrade materials as well as ashes for the handmade that lets you purchase Titanite chunks, Titanite scales, and twinkling Titanite. It's got a lot of good stuff in here, so I will head through this area and I will show you how to take it on fairly easily. Honestly, I don't have a lot of trouble here, and we can get through it pretty quickly. I've got a good way of doing it. And we are also going to kill the Nameless King while we're here. We are going to do it a very easy way. It's worked for me through every single build that I've had. I did it this way using an Soul Level 1 playthrough. So before we come into the next video for this area, make sure to level up your arbalest. We will be using a crossbow on the Nameless King. If you do so, choose to follow. Alright, awesome. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully I helped you out a little bit. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I know we grouped together the dungeon and the Profaned Capital all in one, which it runs together, so whatever. Yeah, at this point, don't forget to head to the Firelink Shrine and use up your Estus shards, and make sure you give all the coals and the ashes to Andre and the handmaid. Lightning weapons recommended ahead. Alright, thanks for watching again, and a fine dark soul to you.